Hi guys, a very good evening. Masquera say, Masquera say, Masquera say. So welcome to this program. Welcome to African Union Television Network. My name is Ronald Hugo Makusha. So let us have a talk, let us have a discussion. We are talking about President Cyrill Ramaphosa. So there is an issue which is in the public domain at this moment where the South African MEC for the Limpopo province said that the Zimbabweans were overwhelming the healthcare sector in South Africa and were actually grabbing services which are supposed to be given to South Africans. And Zimbabwe government issued a letter through their embassy in South Africa in Pretoria, and they said that what Dr. Phopi Ramatuba did was wrong, and we need to get to that later first before we get to what Sophie Mukwena said about the response of President Cyrill Ramaphosa. So I'm trying to find here where the letter is so that we can go through that letter. Then after that letter, we go through what President Ramaphosa said in response. So here is the letter, as you can see right here on the screen. I've attached the letter. I don't know if you are able to read this letter, but let me try to zoom it. Okay, let me see if, yeah, I hope you can actually read it. Here, I've tried to zoom it. They are saying the embassy of the Republic of Zimbabwe in Pretoria watched with shock and disbelief the video images in which the member of the Executive Council MEC of Limpopo province spoke to a Zimbabwean national who happened to be a patient in a hospital in the province. The embassy has been in contact with the government of South Africa through the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, to who it has conveyed the concerns of the government of Zimbabwe on the comments made by the MEC. So this is what the embassy in South Africa said, the Zimbabwean embassy in Pretoria said, and it was in response to what Dr. Phopi Ramathuba actually said regarding President Emerson Mnangagwa and his government failing to take care of their own Zimbabweans, of their own nationals, in terms of providing health care. So, in response, President Ramaphosa was addressing, and he actually said that there was no need there was need, not pardon me, there was need for the head of states, the African head of states, to actually sit down and talk regarding that matter. Here's the report from Sophie Mukwena, as you can see right here on the screen. She is saying President Cyril Ramaphosa said heads of state and government in Africa must discuss the issues raised by Limpopo MEC of Health, Phopi Ramatuba. And this is SABC News actually reporting what President Cyril Ramaphosa said. So if President Cyril Ramaphosa says this in regard to the issues raised by Dr. Phopi, you can actually see that South Africa, the government itself, the South African government itself, is not happy with the situation or with the conditions of Zimbabweans in terms of their health. And when you see a South African president calling the heads of state or African heads of state to actually discuss this matter, it shows that President Mnangagwa has lost support, he has lost allies in the African continent. And the people who were actually defending him, who were covering up for him, that is, if you go to the southern region, that is South Africa, to the eastern region, Mozambique, to the northern region, we have Zambia there. Zambia is actually speaking against President Mnangagwa's government. South Africa is now actually speaking against President Mnangagwa's government. If you go to Mozambique, Mozambique is the only country left at this moment, not actually publicly speaking, but you can actually sense that there is a diplomatic tiff within the SADC community in terms of their relationship with Zimbabwe. And this is a negative um, in a development for President Mnangagwa, because the ZANU-PF people have been calling for Phopi Ramathuba to be fired, to be removed from her post. These are ZANU-PF people, the same people who are failing to provide healthcare here in Zimbabwe. They've been calling for the South African MEC, who is actually complaining for being overwhelmed. They were saying she must be fired. So you can actually see that this is the same Zimbabwe which does not fire people for being corrupt, which promotes people for being corrupt. And these people are the people who are stealing things which must be in the health systems here in Zimbabwe. They are being looted, they are being stolen by Zimbabweans, and those Zimbabweans are defended by people in power or by the people in government. And President Mnangagwa himself is actually helping and aiding in defending these corrupt people. And it's something which is not so good. If you look at the case today, um, Justice Meya Wajgajena, his passport was released. He has been given back his passport, and you wonder why they are actually doing that. So you can actually see that Zimbabwe is actually helping the corrupt people who are making the health sector in Zimbabwe to crumble, or who are actually crippling the health sector. At the same time, they want somebody in South Africa to be fired for actually telling the truth. So this is a positive development, and we need to see how this issue is going to end. We need to see if African Union is going to act on this issue. The reasons why President Cyrill Ramaphosa says the heads of states in Africa, you can actually see that is because President Mnangagwa and his government have become bullies in the SADC region. They actually bully everybody. Go to South Africa. They are raising several legal issues there. They are actually fighting South Africans in their courts, South African institutions in their own courts. But here in Zimbabwe, the judiciary system has been crippled, has been captured. And if you look at the issue of Mary Chiwenga, look at the issue of Job Sikala, look at each and every case here in Zimbabwe. They have crippled everything, they've been controlling everything, but they want to use the South African systems to do whatever they want. So, Team Zimbabwe, myself, I stand with President Ramaphosa on this one. We actually need to have a proper dialogue. We cannot turn a blind eye and say what Dr. Phopi did was wrong in terms of the person she actually engaged, but the message itself remains valid. So we can actually agree that where the message was delivered to was actually wrong in a certain way. However, we need to note that this video was deliberately recorded so that the message reaches the government of Zimbabwe. That is the first point you must understand. That video was made to be directed to the government of Zimbabwe. So it would seem as if it's something happening in between a patient and a doctor or an MEC for health in South Africa, but the intended destination was the Zimbabwean State House. So this is it, Team Zimbabwe. I don't want to take much of your time. Thank you very much for coming. Here is the issue is reported here by Sophie Mukwena, saying that President Cyril Ramaphosa is called for the African heads of state to actually sit down and discuss the issue, which was raised by Phopi Ramathuba. So this is the very important issue here. Okay, thank you very much for coming, my brother Grayson Anze. So now, what's the way forward for Job Sikala? At this moment, we are still waiting to hear what the party is going to say, what the leaders are going to say, because the bail hearing was today, and we watch to see what is going to happen next. They have been appealing several times, and the bail has been denied several times. We actually know that ZANU-PF does have its they have some things which they are actually pursuing, but hiding Honorable Job Sikala's case. So let us see what the leaders are going to say in regard to that matter of Honorable Job Sikala. We will be updating you about the way forward. Once we get an official position from the party, we will come and address such an issue and that issue. So thank you very much for coming. It's 6:30 p.m. We will try to tune in and give you a live feed from Twitter Spaces where there is a discussion Comrade Ostalos will be there, and several panelists are there. They will be talking about the free, violent-free elections in the nation of Zimbabwe. So let us meet at 6:30 so that we can actually have a discussion. We can actually talk and actually see what is going to happen. What are they going to say? What are the plans from the CCC side? That is what is very important. Comrade Ostalos will be there. So let us meet at 6:30.